Alright, you guys, we're back with D-A-I-S-E, and I don't want to say the name because I've given the name a specific meaning. And what I want you guys to understand at home, what we're working on bigger picture is a dog that pays attention to you, that looks at you, rather than it just hears commands and obeys like a robot. That isn't how it works. We've got to say the bigger picture is that I'm very interesting. Good girl. You know, there's not a specific command, look at me. It's an umbrella over everything. Alright, so I'm going to do my pager to get her going. Good. Wonderful. But there's not going to be any sit or anything. We're only going to keep the dog. Hopefully that's the garbage man picking up those branches out there. I'm going to use the pager, concur with the name. I'm not going to take 3 steps. But hang on. Down. Good. Alright, because we got these other 2 staying in the place over here. And we're getting ready to put her in the place too. So we need to be able to do that at home. When you guys have her at home, we really need to have a little place that we can make her stay. And we've got a tether on these. You've got to do that in the beginning. And I'm going to tell you why. Because they figure out when you're not looking, they can get out of there. So they start developing the behavior of watching you and seeing when, you know, it just makes them opportunistic. Alright, so my leash is loose. There's not going to be any cue with the leash. I'm going to pick her up with the pager. Daisy! Good girl. You've got to have that mantra. Daisy. Just draw her back into me a little bit. Good. Heel. Wonderful. I used the praise as a tool right there, because she started to go down. Daisy, good. She's really loose. She's got the perfect little head angle, too. Good. Daisy, good. And they've got to have that head angle. This is for you guys. They've got to have that head angle, heel, to be able to do that turn right there. Doing the pager every time right there. Alright, I'm going to lower my leash down. Good. I didn't make any contact with the leash though. I sort of just checked it a little bit. Down. And remember, we're defining down. Good girl. Wonderful. That's down right there. When she was not on the side, that wasn't down. That's our definition. Her attention. She's very distracted by these sisters over here, but I'm getting her attention. I'm not correcting her. I'm just making myself more interesting than them. They're just kind of sitting there. Good girl. Good. My hands are in neutral. And George, I know, when you train the hunting dogs and stuff, I don't know how far you really went with that, but the devil starts becoming in the details the farther along you get them. So we'll do a little bit of the retrieving with all of this, because you never know. They might turn you into a hunting dog, girl. That might be right up her alley. Daisy, good. I want her to be animated. She's good. Heel. Over the little mistakes at this point. I could jerk this leash right now. Heel. But I'm not going to do that. Good. Heel. Down. Wonderful. And that time she went on the hip on her own. I need to be able to get this pager and push her down with it. Good girl. And push her down and push her pull with the pager. So now I'm going to pull her towards me. Daisy. Good. She's kind of checking herself right now. She's trying to get a little bit of head down. around that hip though. Tap. Wonderful, wonderful, good, 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 good. Down. Daisy. Any contact with the leash though. Heel. I'm leading them with the leash. And this is what you guys are going to, so we can never get, even your hand being right here isn't right. Your hand always needs to be in front. And not with the leash this way. For some reason, people always want to get the leash this way. Down. Wonderful, girl. Wonderful. And so she did it on her own that time. Good. So you're always leading with the leash. Once your arm either gets here, here, any place but here. And what I want is my eye line right here. So she's looking at my hand. She's looking at Daisy. Good. Wonderful. Wonderful. Heel. Good. Down. Have the treat right away, but what I do have right away is the verbal cue. So that's what you guys have to think of, because I've had people say to me things like, you know, they're just trying to train their own dog or something that, you know, oh, well, if we say good or if we give it the treat, doesn't it? That's because you didn't link the two. Or they say if we don't have the treat, it doesn't do it. That's because you didn't link the two. Good girl. Good girl. Daisy. She's drifting ahead a little bit there. I'm just clicking my pager. Good. Heel. Wonderful. 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 Daisy. Down. Good. So rather than get locked in that little whatever she was doing right there, I just pulled out of it real quick. And you guys at home need to be ready to do that kind of thing too. I could have gotten in a real dance right there. Daisy, what I did was revert that. She smelled something. Good. Good. Heel. Down. Good girl. Same thing. I worked it so that she ended up in the right place rather than, you guys have got to be ready to do that in the beginning. Good. I want the dog, no, down. Good. Daisy, same thing, good. Down. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Because I initially did it out of that turn, at this juncture, I need to revert back to that turn if I need to. All right, guys, we'll be right back with the place.